Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be joined by the Honourable Jeremy Rockcliffe, Premier of Tasmania, and from the National Australia Day Council, Board Chair John Foreman, Board Member Danita Warne and CEO Mark Fraser. If you're able, please stand for the arrival of Her Excellency the Honourable Barbara Baker, Governor of Tasmania, and Emeritus Professor Don Chalmers.
I come from the dream time, from the dusty red soil plains. I am the ancient heart, the keeper of the flame. I stood upon the rocky shore, I watched the tall ships come. For 60,000 years I've been the first Australian.
I came upon a prison ship, bound down by iron chains. I fought the land, endured the lash, and waited for the rains. I'm a settler, I'm a farmer's wife on a dry and barren run. I'm a convict, then a free man, I became Australian.
I'm the daughter of the digger who sought the mother's load. The child became a woman on a long and dusty road. I'm a child of the Depression who saw the good times come. I'm a bushy, I'm a battler, I am Australian. We are one, but we are many, and from all the lands on earth we come. We share our dreams and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Australian. I'm a teller of stories, I'm a singer of songs. I am Albert Namanjira, and I paint the ghostly gums. I'm Clancy on his horse, and McKelly on the run. I'm the one who waltzed Matilda, I am Australian. I'm the black soil of plain. I'm the mountains and the valleys. I'm the drought in flooding rain. I am the rock, I am the sky. I'm the rivers when they run. I'm a terror of this great land. I am Australian. We are one, but we are many, and from all the lands on earth we come. We share our dreams and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Australian. I am, you are, we are Australian.
Please welcome to the stage your host this evening from ABC Radio, Rick Goddard.
Ya Palingana, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've all been crying backstage, so forgive me if tears roll down my cheek. Wasn't that performance wonderful? Give them a round of applause. It's an absolute delight to be your host this evening at the Studio Theatre here at Hobart's Theatre Royal, and it's such a special occasion and an amazing part of the year. On vocals, we heard there Griffin Cunningham, he's 11. Ruby Schverkolt Karen, she's 16. On cello, Lucas Wang, 11. Max Nielsen's 12, accompanied by teachers from Hutchins and Friends. Jed Adams on bass and Brett Budgeon on keyboard and vocals. Some nice harmonies there, Brett, well done. Let's give them a round of applause, weren't they great? Some woos, woo! Let it out! I really encourage family and friends to cheer and nominees to cheer whenever you can, because it lets all the tension out from the day. It's a long day and suddenly it's here. Whether you're here with us in the room, watching online at australianoftheyear.org.au, please welcome. Have a great time. It's a wonderful celebration of incredible people and values that unite us as Australians. You can show your support on social media, particularly with photos of me, mainly this side's better than that side, at a hashtag Oz of the Year, and that's AUS, not OZ. That'll end up in some weird music theatre world. All around the country over recent weeks, each state and territory have held their own Australian of the Year Awards event to recognise and celebrate extraordinary achievement in their communities. Tonight's the final state and territory celebration, Tasmania bringing it home. Obviously, we have saved the best till last. It's been a dress rehearsal until this moment. Tonight, you will hear life experiences of courage, compassion, resilience, hope, and a lot of stubbornness. The stories of everyday Australians who have a passion for making a difference. So a very special welcome, Palingana, to the nominees and your family, friends, and guests. I'm sure we'll be inspired by your commitment and your achievements. I also welcome dignitaries joining us this evening. Please give them a round of applause at the end. Her Excellency, the Honourable Barbara Baker, Governor of Tasmania, Emeritus Professor Don Chalmers AO, who's very envious of my shirt, the Honourable Jeremy Rockliff, Premier of Tasmania, John Foreman, AM, Chair of National Australia Day Council, who'll probably steal all those people for a choir, John, Board Member of the National Australia Day Council, Danita Warne, CEO of the National Australia Day Council, Mark Fraser, and representing the Assistant Minister to the Prime Minister, Patrick Gorman MP, Senator Carol Brown. Please make them all welcome. And an equally warm acknowledgement for Trish Hodge, who will now welcome us to country. Trish.
Nari nina tūrik. Ia pulingana, milaidina manamapali tū. Milaidina palawa muanina. Milaidina palawa kani nipaluna. Ningimpi manamapali, nangampi manamapali. Warranta mai pia nara mapali, paiwutania kara. Tunapri, tapudi milaidina. Tapudi, kunani. Tapudi Lina, Tapudi Timtimili Mananya, Tapudi Muka, Tapudi Warankili, Tunapri, Pudia Pawa. Waranta Takara, Milaidina, Nara Mapali Takara, Milaidina Nika, Milaidina Mana, Waranta Palawa, Milaidina Nika, Nari Ninatu. I'd like to welcome you all here to Nipaluna, Hobart, the homelands of the Muanina people. My country is Trawulway in the northeast and Turanameramena on the east coast, and I live on Malakadi country south of here. Our ancestors, Ningimpi and Ningampi, they're still here. They're all around us and they continue to give us our dreaming and our lore. And our knowledge to Ngāpri travels through the Milaidina, the country, from the tops of the mountains like Kunani, Mount Wellington, through the Lina, the freshwater. Our knowledge flows through the rivers, Timtimili Mananya, the River Derwent, out to the Muka, the ocean, and up to Warrankili, the sky, and it's never finished, Pudiapawa. Our knowledge will always be here in the country. The plants and the animals hold our knowledge, and we are the voice for them. And Nari Ninatu is thank you. Thank you, everyone, and a very special congratulations to all of the nominees. Have a wonderful evening.
Narinena too, Trish. And thank you for welcoming us to country. I now invite Ruby Schwerkolt, Karen and Brett Budgeon to return to the stage and invite you please to stand if you are able for the Australian National Anthem.
Rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden sail and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia there. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia there.
Beneath our radiant Southern Cross, we toil with hearts and hands to make
Thank you very much. Both verses. Lucky we weren't singing that. We would have needed the words. Brilliant. Again, thank you for that. Beautifully sung. This year, once again, thousands of nominations were received from the public, nominating a person in the Tasmanian community who inspires them. It's a very difficult shortlisting process, and then 16 nominees represented here tonight were selected by a diverse selection panel of people from across Tasmania and the country. You will hear and see all of their stories tonight, with one recipient being announced in each of our 4 categories: Australia's Local Hero, Young Australian of the Year, Senior Australian of the Year, and Australian of the Year. Those 4 recipients will then travel with the state and territory recipients to Canberra to the National Awards, where the Prime Minister reveals who is our Australian of the Year, live on ABC on the eve of Australia Day. Our nominees representing Tasmania this year could all win, of course. They are all of an unbelievable calibre. And we thank you for your inspiration, your contribution, and your excellence. Can we give them now a round of applause? Oh, I'm sorry. Can we give them, it says, a huge round of applause. Yeah. That's my fault. I didn't read the script. There's not a lack of enthusiasm on your behalf. I'd like to now welcome to the stage with the same huge enthusiasm, the Honourable Jeremy Rockliff, Premier of Tasmania.
Well, thank you very much, Rick. It's fantastic that you're hosting this event again, and we were just saying how wonderful it is important on our calendar. It's truly a special and inspiring event. So good afternoon, everyone. It's an absolute joy for me to be with you here today. And of course, each year, the Australian of the Year Awards shine a spotlight on truly remarkable individuals within our community, those whose achievements and contributions uplift and inspire our community, our state, and of course, our nation. Those who remind us of the power of dedication, the power of compassion, and the importance and the power of leadership. Their stories challenge us to reflect on our own potential to make a significant contribution to our community and a meaningful difference about how we can all help to shape a stronger and, importantly, a more inclusive Australia. To be nominated for the Australian of the Year Award is a profound honour. The recipients have been very carefully selected by the panel for their exceptional service to our community, their role as inspirational Australians, and their excellence across very, very diverse fields of endeavour. This afternoon, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the 16 Tasmanian nominees across the 4 categories that Rick read out before. Your commitment to our communities is deeply, deeply appreciated by all. As we hear your stories today, as we reflect and hear your lived experience throughout your lives today, we learn a bit more about how you have inspired others and how have you created that very positive change within our community, and how you have contributed to the well-being of all Tasmanians. But I want to say to you all, every nominee is truly worthy of this prestigious recognition, and I wish you all continued success, and I do sincerely thank you on behalf of all Tasmanians for the incredible work that you do to make our state an even better place to live in. So you make us all proud to be Australian. Congratulations to you all, and my very best wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Premier Nina, to beautiful words. It's time for our first Australian of the Year award for Tasmania. It just happens. It's so fast. Breathe it in. This is the moment. It's the category of local hero, recognising people who make a significant contribution in their local community. And I speak to these people all the time, and their leadership and their belief that community, our desire to be together, is stronger than our desire to be apart, is so important to the success of our community and our well-being. Let's hear some more about this category, supported by the Department of Home Affairs.
Our local heroes are everyday Australians doing amazing things in their local communities. They represent what's great about communities. They keep their communities strong, and they are the fabric of our society.
It's not easy to just sit around and talk about the problems. I urge everyone, be kind and respectful. You too can be part of the change of the solution.
They'll tell you when we open our doors to our neighbors, we open our hearts, and we give ourselves the chance to rejoice with others, to learn from them.
Hey, it's Tony Burke, the Minister for Home Affairs. I just want to tell you why it's so important that we sponsor the Local Heroes Award. This award, people don't compete for it. People just do what they do. And I love when we recognise people who never sought recognition. There are people who are local heroes because they just very humbly go out and do jobs every day that show leadership through their work. There are people who are local heroes because they stand up for people who, when no one else is standing up for them. There are people who are local heroes because in a moment of crisis, they just step up without thinking about themselves and just helping others. But most importantly, everybody being awarded today did it because of their love of their community, love of their country, love of the people you are helping. And that is worthy of recognition.
The award not only acknowledges work done so far, but gives encouragement to continue, and that's important.
Rural people are worth fighting for because they get up and they show up in fire and flood and droughts and plagues and pandemics, and they put food on the nation's table. So the least we can do as a nation is make sure that they're getting support when they look for it.
Creating a home in Australia is not always easy. It's about providing opportunities, stability and hope to people who, just like us, just want a chance to make something of their lives.
Amazing enthusiasm from Tony Burke, but I think someone should let him know he can Google that stuff. Like, he doesn't need a thesaurus on his shelf. Before we announce this year's recipient, our 2025 Local Hero recipient for Tasmania, Karen Franks, is with us tonight. Let's welcome her to the stage. Karen. Yes, love the enthusiasm. That's good. You guys work harder, but you'll get there. Karen, hi. Congratulations. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened in the past year and what the experience was like being a recipient of the award?
This year has just been mind-blowing. It's been an amazing year, and like you said before, there's just so many amazing Tasmanians doing wonderful things for their communities. And last year, when I was announced as Tasmania's local hero, it was, honestly, just I was blown away. It was such a humbling and an honour to be representing Tasmania. But this year was always going to be a big year for Wylot, with support from the Premier and funding from the Tasmanian Government, enabling our School Buddies program to expand statewide. However, last year I committed to embracing every opportunity. No matter how personally challenged I was or how busy we were, I just knew that this would be a great year. So Wylot is a movement that shows how inclusion benefits everyone, students of all abilities, learning, interacting and growing together. This year, I'm pleased to say Wylot's School Buddies program commenced on the Northwest Coast in Burnie and Devonport, and next week we'll be officially launching our program in Launceston, so this was great news for Wylot. But personally, some highlights for the year for me have been, the biggest one was probably going to Canberra and meeting just the amazing, inspirational other state finalists, and seeing my children's faces and the pride on their faces at seeing their mum being recognised for the hard work that's honestly been a family vision. Of course, celebrating with my team and board members whose work in the disability sector this award truly honours, and watching our participants and their buddies embrace all the new opportunities. But really a standout was welcoming the Governor-General of Australia, Her Excellency Sam Mostyn, to our Northwest Coast program. She spent time chatting with our participants about how the program has impacted their personal growth, and I'm thrilled to announce that she has just become our patron.
That's brilliant.
As I prepare to pass on the baton, I'm really excited for what's ahead for Wylot. With a new Hobart venue next year, we're excited to welcome more participants and their buddies in our programs, and we're also continuing to build on the workforce pathways for our young leaders pursuing careers in the disability sector. So thank you to the Department of Home Affairs for sponsoring the Local Hero Award, the Australian of the Year Awards team, both nationally and of course these guys here in Tassie. It's been an amazing platform, and also to my team, family and friends for your support. And congratulations to all the Local Hero finalists here tonight. You're coming this far, I hope that's been a journey so far, and good luck to the winner for next year.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. And ask her for help. There's such a great group of people who support this. So now we can hear the 4 nominees for the 2026 Local Hero in Tasmania. They are...
Emily Briffer. Emily Briffer's leadership, passion and vision has seen her social enterprise, Hamlet, become an integral part of Hobart's community. By offering training and skills programs to people experiencing barriers to employment, it's helped more than 700 Tasmanians enter the job market and is transforming lives. Challenging perceptions, Hamlet's proving that inclusion strengthens workplaces and is a true community success. Janelle McMillan. Janelle McMillan is a prolific artist and author whose work has raised thousands of dollars for worthwhile causes. Living with cerebral palsy and being non-verbal, Janelle uses her work and community engagement to challenge perceptions about what it means to live with a disability, demonstrating what non-verbal people can achieve and promoting greater acceptance in society. Rodney Spinks. Rodney Spinks has made a lasting impact on the Launceston community through his leadership and unwavering commitment to help others. His hard work over many years for charitable and not-for-profit organisations has made a genuine difference in the community, whether it's coordinating support for young people, assisting the homeless, or ensuring that families in need have enough to eat. Pete Walsh. The bond that Pete Walsh formed with the platypus population of Hobart Rivulet encouraged him to raise awareness about the need to protect this fragile ecosystem close to the city. His campaign informed and mobilised the local community to clean up the waterway and take positive action to protect the environment of this iconic Australian species.
What a great group of people, and just makes you smile to hear their stories, doesn't it? Premier, could you please join me on stage now as we meet our nominees in person and they receive their certificates. Our first recipient is Emily Briffer. Janelle McMillan. Rodney Spinks. And Pete Walsh. And Premier, if I can ask you to announce for us who the recipient is of 2026 Local Hero.
My great pleasure to do so. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2026 Local Hero for Tasmania is Emily Briffa. Congratulations, Emily. Well done.
Brilliant. Emily, congratulations. How fantastic.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, when did you find out you'd been nominated? Were you surprised? You were like,
I was
waiting
very
for this.
surprised.
No?
Yeah, very surprised.
Where, as a result of this achievement, where do you want to make the biggest change with this platform?
Oh, I think for me, it's about Tassie. You know, we really do believe that there's a lot of change that can happen in the employment space for people with disability, neurodivergence and mental health concerns. And we'd really like to continue to build some employment pathways for our participants.
It's funny, isn't it? Because there's so much talk about productivity. Getting people to walk that walk, I guess, is so important. Yeah, you hold on to it.
Yeah,
that'll slide.
I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, just show it to people and then make them give you money. I think that's kind of how it works. So what are the next steps for you next year?
It's a big year, I think, next year. We've got some really exciting things going on with Hamlet. We've built some amazing employment pathways over the last 2-3 years, and we're really excited to continue to see those grow. You know, we've had amazing success. Every single participant that we've placed with an employment pathway has maintained their employment, which we want to continue to see that happen. And yeah, very excited. Sorry, I'm in shock. I can't believe that my daughter's going to be watching this and really upset that the platypus man didn't win.
Wasn't he dripping? He looked slick too.
Yes.
Like, I've never seen you in anything other than nature clothes, but you can give her a wave down there, I think, is the live stream. Emily, is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge, thank?
I think, you know, Hamlet would not exist without the support of the state government, who are one of our key funders, so thank you so much, Premier. But also without the community. Places like Hamlet just absolutely don't exist unless people show up and walk through the doors every day. That's the nature of social enterprise. You do rely on your customers. But I think more than that is our participants. If our participants don't have the courage to actually put their hand up and say, I need some help, then we can't do our job. So this is for them, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a great start. And I think it's a tribute to the calibre of the people we acknowledge that they are in total shock and then have to answer questions from me. And you were very fluent. You did very well. Let's move now to the Young Australian of the Year category, supported by the Australian Government Office for Youth. This award was introduced in 1979. It recognises inspiring young Australians between the age of 16 and 30 who have already accomplished great things, and far out we have met some incredible Australians through this category. Let's hear more from some past recipients.
When you look at the Young Australians of the Year, we're all reminded that our future is in really good hands.
I've been given the opportunity in such a beautiful country to be myself, and for me the most important thing is to help the next generation and also inspire them to be themselves and follow their dreams.
We have the power to shape the future and make Australia a place where we're all proud, where we all belong, and where we stand united.
I'm proud to congratulate our exceptional State and Territory Young Australian of the Year finalists for 2026. As Minister for Youth, I'm honoured to support and sponsor the Young Australian of the Year category in these national awards, where the wonderful accomplishments of our young people are in the spotlight. You are inspiring examples of dedication to making positive change, instilling hope for a better and brighter future. You clearly show that young people have so much to offer. Our young finalists are an inspiration to all Australians, and I hope others will see your hard work and choose to become more actively involved in their own communities too. I'm excited to see what's next for these incredible finalists, your contributions to our future, and your influence as amazing role models. I wish you nothing but success.
The Young Australians of the Year have a really impressive energy and a drive to make Australia a better place.
It is still crazy to me that I've done what I have in sport, and I want young kids to know that I was once in the same position that they are now, hoping and dreaming of one day of doing something big. I want to have an impact on people's lives by encouraging them to push hard and go after their dreams and what they're passionate about.
Representation matters. When kids, especially Indigenous kids, see someone like me in this position, it tells them that they belong.
The 2025 Young Australian of the Year for Tasmania has had quite the year. Please welcome Ariane Titmus to the stage. Hi.
Nice having a little lectern.
It's great. I mean, like gold medals, swimming, TV, fashion icon. What a year it's been for you. Huge change.
Huge change. It's been a pretty profound year for me personally, but you know, I've lived an incredible life and had some amazing experiences and got to travel the world, but wholeheartedly from my heart, winning this award this year is up there with one of the greatest honours of my life, and it coincidentally tied into the fact that I made the decision to, well, have a 12-month break away from swimming, but then in turn retire. So I guess having the chance to truly represent our state while I had the time was perfect timing. Since I'd left Tasmania, I'd only been back here a handful of times due to my swimming commitments. But since the Paris Olympics, I've been back here almost 10 times, which I just feel this renewed reconnection to the state. And I think that the award has totally contributed to that. I think that a highlight for me this year was all the recipients for Tassie. We got to go on this tour of the state for a few days and really go to corners of Tasmania that I don't think I'd probably ever go to if it wasn't for the tour. And the thing that really stuck out for me was we were getting to mostly visit kids in really regional communities and schools that probably would never imagine ever having a tour like this come by them and speak to them. And one thing that's really important to me and I've always tried to remind people of throughout my whole career is, one, that I am Tasmanian, but two, it shouldn't be a barrier for you that you come from a regional community or a small place. And I think that I'm a testament to the fact that it shouldn't matter that I came from Tasmania and you can take it to the world. And it was really important for me to tell these kids that just because you come from a small place, you can dream absolutely as big as your heart desires. It can come true if you work hard. And so in all honesty, having the opportunity to do that tour played a role in my decision to retire. I think that I now have this time and platform to share my story and inspire people through sport, and I think that sport's the one thing that really unites the entire world, no matter who you are and where you come from, what you believe in. And my role now is to help inspire more people to chase their dreams and challenge themselves, and especially young women, you know, not just in sport but in everything. We are in a world now where we have opportunities to do just as much as everyone else. And I think that it's amazing what the young people in this country are doing this year. And I wish all the recipients this year in Tassie the best of luck. And winning this award doesn't mean that, not winning this award doesn't mean you're not as worthy. Keep doing what you're doing because just being a recipient means that you're contributing. So well done and good luck.
Thank you. I'm so excited for you in your retirement. What did Katie Ledecky say?
Well, she actually was one of the first people to message me and said, I will be missed, but I actually head away soon for this TV show to swim with sharks. And she said to me, don't get eaten by the sharks. But no, I will miss racing her. I think that healthy rivalry is, you know, an incredible thing, and I feel very, very grateful for her.
One piece of advice for the nominees?
one piece of advice, I'd say believe in yourself. Don't think that you're not worthy to be here. You know, I almost at the Australian of the Year Awards in Canberra this year, you know, I felt a little bit like I hadn't done much, really. I'm just an athlete, whereas I was meeting all these people that had done the most remarkable things, and I was blown away by the feeling that the room had on the awards night. It's probably one of the most profound feelings I've ever felt in my heart, and I've stood on the top of a podium at Olympic Games and it was comparable to that. So I would say believe in yourself, don't feel like you're not worthy, and keep doing what you're doing, because you absolutely never know where you're going to end up with what you're doing, and you don't know the impact that you can have on people. So, yeah.
Ariane Titmus,
And
thank you
one more thing,
yes.
I'd just like to really thank all the people of Tasmania. You know, I left here almost 11 years ago and I've tried to truly represent this state, and I've just felt so much love from Tassie. So, yeah, thank you so much.
You do an amazing job representing us. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, the nominees for the 2026 Young Australian of the Year in Tasmania are...
Reid Adams-Beckett. Reid Adams-Beckett is dedicated to giving Tasmania's young people a voice at a local, national and global level. He's worked on numerous advisory bodies as a youth representative, elevating topics such as youth mental health, climate change and First Nations social justice. He's currently Tasmania's Young Ambassador for UNICEF Australia, one of only 11 people selected. Laura Johnson. Laura Johnson is an influential mental health advocate, drawing on her own lived experiences to campaign for greater support and education in youth mental health, especially in rural Australia. She founded Theirs, a youth-led community organisation that's reached thousands of young Australians nationally, empowering young people to talk openly about mental health and advocate for effective change. Alicia Kennedy. Alicia Kennedy is passionate about empowering young people by giving them the skills they need to navigate their lives as young adults. Working with schools and youth groups, Alicia's Life After School program bridges the gap between school and adulthood, helping young Australians tackle real-life problems with the confidence they need to succeed. Sahar Nakband. Sahar Nakband's work with the Be Hers Foundation in Hobart is helping to transform women's lives by empowering them and building self-reliance. As a mentor to refugee women from diverse backgrounds, Sahar helps them to develop new skills and find employment through accredited training. Her generous commitment to supporting others is making a genuine contribution to building culturally connected communities.
What an inspirational group of people. Premier, if you could please join me again on stage as we meet these nominees in person and they can receive their certificate. Please acknowledge the work and inspiration of Reid Adams-Beckett. Laura Johnson. Alicia Kennedy. And Sahar Nakband. Congratulations to all of the recipients. Premier, now, if you would like to announce this category, maybe we could have a drum roll from the audience, please.
Thank you, Rick. The 2026 Young Australian of the Year for Tasmania is Alicia Kennedy. Congratulations.
Thank you, Premier. Thank you so much. Alicia, how are you feeling now?
So nervous.
You've won already. You don't need to be nervous.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
And hearing those cheers as well from our beautiful rowdy group, you're doing a really good job. It's very good. Why did you start doing this work?
I guess when I was back at school, I left school and I thought, you know, I didn't get a lot of this information around life and adulting and what does that look like. So when it got to the fact of, you know, getting land tax bill and applying for a loan and everything, I had no idea what I was doing. So I'm trying to educate young people. Sorry, I'm still in shock. I'm trying to educate young people so then they don't feel, you know, lost or that they aren't worthy or, you know, don't know what they're doing.
It's such a great idea too, because this stuff often gets then put back onto schools, but it's like they're busy enough with education. It's so great to create something like this for those challenges for people. Like, what's the big dream with this? Where would you like to take it?
Look, I would love to run this around schools around all of Tasmania. I'd love to take it nationwide. I think it has the legs, and I know that educators and teachers are just so busy, and I want to fill that gap and help and support them as much as I can as well. So that would be the dream.
For those of us who may not be young but still haven't mastered adulting, what's the secret?
Come see me.
Okay, brilliant. Alicia Kennedy, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
2026 Young Australian of the Year in Tasmania. What a great job. Please join me now in warmly welcoming to the stage Her Excellency, the Honourable Barbara Baker, Governor of Tasmania.
Thank you very much, Rick. Lovely to be here. Good evening, everyone. I'm absolutely delighted to be with you to celebrate our outstanding Tasmanians and announce our Australians of the Year for 2026. These awards are an important way to acknowledge and celebrate the contributions Tasmanians make across a broad range of fields, as well as their outstanding achievements. As I travel around our state, I met many exceptional Tasmanians making life better for others. Our 16 nominees across each of today's categories exemplify this. They come from a variety of backgrounds and from all across our state. They've all demonstrated dedication to their work and have all had an impact on our community. Importantly, each person has been nominated by their peers for this honour. May I thank everyone who took the time to nominate. Before we meet our recipients, may I conclude by congratulating all our nominees. I thank you for your commitment and commend you on making a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. The Department of Health and Aged Care is the category partner for our next award, the Senior Australian of the Year. This award celebrates Australians aged 65 years and over, and when I began hosting these, that seemed a long way away, and now, like, whew, it's not that far off. These are people who continue to achieve and are committed to continuing to make a difference. Let's hear some more about our Senior Australian of the Year category.
The Senior Australian of the Year award is an award that really carries a lot of respect because it's a reflection of many decades of work by the recipient.
Here in Australia, we are fortunate to be the home of the oldest continuing surviving cultures in the world. This is something we should be proud of and we should celebrate.
There is no greater gift to our nation and our humanity than saving lives. To make members of our community part of the solution.
I'm Sam Ray, the Federal Minister for Aged Care and Seniors. It's a genuine pleasure to congratulate you, our 2026 State and Territory finalists for Senior Australian of the Year. This is a moment of great pride. Your dedication to enriching our nation and inspiring others has been moving to witness in my time as Minister for Seniors. Your innovation, leadership and service to our community means so much to so many, and these awards give us all an opportunity to reflect on and honour your incredible contributions. The Albanese Government is proud to sponsor these awards, to recognise and celebrate the older Australians who go above and beyond. Congratulations on your nominations, and I wish you all the very best for the awards.
The Senior Australians of the Year are inspirational not only to other senior Australians, but to all Australians, and particularly to the younger generations coming through.
We need equal rights, including fundings, services, and resources, so we can work side by side and support each other. And together we can share new ideas to heal our nation. Let all stand up and work together.
Everyone who makes the wheelchairs is a volunteer. A child with a disability receives a new life by getting off the ground, having dignity as well as mobility.
Please welcome to the stage our 2025 Senior Australian of the Year for Tasmania, Associate Professor Penelope Blomfield. How has your year been as recipient of this award, Penelope?
Thank you. Well, I was very honoured to be awarded Senior Tasmanian of the Year last year for the work I'd carried out around my job as a woman's cancer surgeon in Tasmania. Certainly one of the highlights of the year was the trip to Canberra around Australia Day. My family and I had a very special and memorable time, and it was such a huge celebration of so many amazing Australians from all walks of life. One of my own personal highlights was actually shaking the hand of Her Excellency Sam Mostyn, the second only female Governor-General of Australia. I spent most of the winter, however, working in a women's hospital in Christchurch, New Zealand, where they were unexpectedly very short-staffed because of illness. I unfortunately missed the tour of honour in Tasmania, but I did recently visit the north of Tasmania to support fundraising for gynecological cancer research. One of the things I did learn over the year was that many elderly Australians do feel invisible and that their views are no longer important or listened to. Loneliness is a major issue. So Tasmania has the oldest population of any Australia state, and there is need for all of us to do more to support the elderly as individuals and at a societal level. I think there's a tendency to prioritise keeping the elderly safe, but what most elderly people want is to be living independently for as long as is physically possible. I think government does recognise this, but for the individual, accessing enabling support is frequently very challenging, and I think this needs to be improved and change. I'd like to end by thanking all those who nominated and supported me for the award. I would like to thank the Australia Day national and local teams, and I wish the next recipient all the best in their upcoming role. And I'd also like to thank my hugely supportive family. Thank you very much.
Penny, thank you so much for those beautiful words. Thank you. The nominees for the 2026 Senior Australian of the Year in Tasmania are
Margaret Chilcott, Margaret Chilcott has dedicated her life to helping others in times of emergency. After a career as a humanitarian aid worker in many of the world's crisis situations, Margaret settled in Tasmania, where she's contributed more than 50,000 volunteer hours to Ambulance Tasmania. Her unwavering commitment, leadership and care has touched the lives of countless people in need. Julie Dunbabin. Julie Dunbabin's vision for school children to get a sit-down lunch every day using fresh local ingredients is transforming how school lunches are delivered in Tasmania. Drawing on her expertise in health and education, Julie pioneered the school lunch program in 45 schools, which currently produces more than 14,000 meals, feeding more than 6,500 students every week. Brendan Sullivan. Brendan Sullivan's contribution to the positive health and well-being of men in Tasmania is immeasurable. Through his foundational support for the annual Tasmanian Men's Gathering and other men's groups, Brendan has shown unflinching leadership, expertise and vision in building healthier men's communities. His work with pre-parole prisoners through coaching and mentoring is helping to rehabilitate inmates back into the community. Adriana Taylor. Adriana Taylor exemplifies the finest qualities of community service, always seeking to improve the lives of others, respond to people's needs, and proudly represent her local region. She's been a tireless fundraiser for worthwhile causes and played a key role in ongoing funding for community groups in Glenorchy, where for many years she served as mayor.
It's such a great group of people, and so just looking down here at your beaming, smiling faces and the excitement, and possibly you all know each other and have just been doing such incredible work for so long. Your Excellency, may I ask you please to join me on stage as we meet our nominees in person and they receive their certificates. Please celebrate the work and tireless dedication of Margaret Chilcott. Yeah, woo! The passion and commitment of Julie Dunbabin. The leadership and care of Adriana Taylor. And the brotherhood and commitment of Brendan Sullivan, who is joining us online, accepting his certificate tonight, his brother Paul Sullivan. There's Brendan. Hey, Brendan! Thank you to you, Your Excellency, and all of our nominees. Congratulations. Let's give them one more round of applause. Come on, really, amazing community members. Their dedication's incredible. You'll all be getting a call from my producer for Wisdom of the Years. Your Excellency, will you please let us know who our winner is for this year?
Well, I'm delighted to announce that the 2026 Senior Australian of the Year for Tasmania is Julie Dunbabin.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Yeah. Julie. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
What was your inspiration to create this program?
The chicken nugget.
Great, thank you very much. No.
I'll explain that.
Yeah.
And I've been a teacher for all my life in the home ec area, so I've seen the impact on food, on children with food. But over the last 10 or so years, the chicken nugget certainly dominates the school canteen menu, and even when there's lovely other options available, children do go to what they know. And so what this program is about is teaching them about amazing food from Tasmania and enjoying that food and actually loving lunchtime, sitting down with their friends, learning to eat off plates using knives and forks, that whole community sense, but using our Tasmanian produce, which is amazing.
Yeah, I saw that boy had like pasta but also rice, which looked controversial to me. But, get it in, right? At that point, it's not a chicken nugget, which is really good. I mean, you've had some huge successes with this program. It started small. How widespread is it now?
So it's in 45 schools across the state, and it'll be 60 at the start of term 1 next year. Currently making between 14 and 16,000 meals a week, and I really need to mention our partners in this program, which is Loaves and Fishes Tasmania, with their commercial kitchen and their social enterprise of teaching young people about cooking and making food for the children in the schools. So we're growing, and we're really looking, our goal would be every child every day has a great Tasmanian lunch, a sit-down lunch.
Well, education's not universal if people are hungry, right? Because they can't learn.
No, and of course they can't with an empty tummy. I know what I'm like when I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm like that right now. For you as well, though, is the vision intergenerational change?
I think so, and what we see is that we do have community members come in and have lunch with the children and actually volunteer in the school lunch program at different schools. We know that grandparents and older members of the generation do know about food and need to share that knowledge with our young children, because our young children do get bombarded by fast food, highly processed food adverts, and I think understanding what real food is and the food that we can grow in Tasmania is really important.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Julia Dunbabin. The 2026 Senior Australian of the Year. What was that? 16,000 meals. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. Though you should ask Ariane Titmus later about Olympic athletes and chicken nuggets, because they're big fans. It's shocking, but possibly true, unless my coach was lying to me. Our final category this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is Australian of the Year, celebrating the achievements and contribution of eminent Australians who are role models to us all. In our state and nationally, we have had some incredible past recipients from so many different sectors and backgrounds. Let's remember some of them.
I think we can all really aspire to be like the Australians of the Year. The Australians of the Year really help to shape our nation as we move into the future, which is why we should be so grateful for their ongoing work.
We have to have greater representation of people with a disability absolutely everywhere. In our boardrooms, in our parliaments, in our mainstream schools, on our dating apps, on our sporting fields, in our universities, absolutely everywhere.
If I can make a difference to someone else's life, if they can draw some strength by hearing what I say and knowing that I'm speaking on their behalf, it'll give me a lot of hope.
There's a temptation to take the easy route. I think that life will be better if we mould it to make it as comfortable as possible. Time is short, get amongst it and take your kids with you.
When you look back at the amazing list of Australians of the Year over the last 60 plus years, it's an extraordinary group of people musicians, athletes, scientists, Aboriginal leaders, advocates, environmentalists, rescuers. It's an amazing list of incredible Australians.
Our mission is 0 deaths from melanoma. To reach it, in addition to prevention, we need a targeted screening program and greater investment in research. This must be a national health priority.
Beyond melanoma and into the broader cancer field, more courage is needed to push treatment boundaries backed by science for the benefit of all cancer patients.
If people truly understood the challenges we face, they'd join the fight with me. And you have. Together, we have built a movement.
What great examples of some of our most inspirational community members. Let's now welcome one of them, the 2025 Australian of the Year for Tasmania, Sam Elsom. Who's done a lot to make the man bun respectable, and good work there. Sam, tell us a little bit about your time as 2025 Australian of the Year for Tasmania.
Thanks, Rick. Yeah, it's been one of the truly great honours of my life, I think. It's been a really special year for me personally, for the work we're doing at Sea Forest, and just such a great honour to represent this state. You know, I think I've just come back from Brazil, from the United Nations event over there. We've had the Earthshot Prize Awards as well, and announced a partnership with a Brazilian farming group, you know, taking, you know, the science and innovation that's happening in Tribunna to the whole world, you know, which is just so exciting. You know, the population of livestock in Brazil is around 250 million. You know, so the impact potential that we're talking about here is hundreds of millions of tonnes of CO2 equivalents being avoided through methane emissions. So, yeah, amazing. But also back home, you know, we've made a huge amount of progress just working with Tasmanian local farmers, supported by the Tasmanian government. I thank Premier Rockcliffe for his support, and also the support of Tas farmers, and also the collaboration. I think, Rick, one of the great things about the work that we're doing, but also the really important things, is that we can't do anything without working together. And so, you know, this suit that I'm wearing comes from wool that was grown in Kanara in the middle of the state, from a farmer called Simon Cameron, who's so devoted to creating positive impact. So working with us, working with the suiting company MJ Bale, we're able to create now low emissions knitwear. You know, there's dairy farmers that have been, you know, pioneers and helping us to reduce emissions. So companies like Ashgrove in the north of the state. So these family-owned businesses are helping us make a real impact, and that impact now, and thanks to the platform that this has created, is now having ripple effects around the world. So it's been super exciting.
Any advice for the nominees?
Well, you know, it's a huge honour, you know, and I think as anyone would have said before, you know, we don't do it for the accolades. We do it because it's something that we're truly passionate about. But, you know, just I think savour in the moment as well, because it's recognition from people in your community that what you're doing is important. And you know, from my perspective, I just feel so proud for the support that I've had from Tribunna and Orford, but from all of Tasmania. You know, when I first started coming down here, they told me that you have to be third generation Tasmanian before they call you one of their own. And what I've found, you know, is that the way, you know, Sea Forest would not be a success if it wasn't for the support of the community. So I feel so thankful and proud to call myself a Tasmanian Australian, and you all should too.
Sam, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Tribunna punching above its weight yet again. For the final time tonight, let's meet all of our nominees.
Dr. Jorian Kipax. After a Lithuanian whitewater rafter became trapped in the Franklin River last year, Dr. Joe Kipax was part of a team of rescuers who performed a remarkable operation. Throughout the lengthy and complex ordeal to free the rafter by amputating his leg, Joe displayed great skill, courage and professionalism, highlighting his dedication to emergency medicine and search and rescue. Mitch McPherson. Mitch McPherson took the pain of his brother's death by suicide and turned it into positive action, forming the Speak Up, Stay Chat TY organisation to promote mental health awareness and suicide prevention. A skilled communicator, he's spoken to hundreds of groups and engaged with thousands of people, spreading the message of openness, empathy and hope in the face of adversity. Dr. Rosie Nash. Dr. Rosie Nash is one of Australia's leading experts in health literacy, dedicated to improving how people access, understand and use information about their health. Rosie believes passionately in giving people the tools they need to live healthy, productive lives. Her leadership, innovation and vision have been instrumental in raising health literacy standards to overcome health inequity and social disadvantage. Tyler Richardson. Tyler Richardson, lead singer of the rock band Luca Brasi, is a powerful voice advocating for change, raising funds for cancer charities and supporting community organisations. He's helped lobby for life-saving medical treatment to be made freely available to cancer patients, raised awareness about mental health issues, and been a prolific fundraiser for a variety of causes.
Group of people, let's give them a cheer as well as a round of applause. Amazing. Your Excellency, if I may ask you to join me on stage to meet our nominees in person and receive their certificate and your support, cheering, praise for the incredible work that they've done. Please make welcome, first of all, Mitch McPherson. Good on you, Mitch. Dr. Rosie Nash. Congratulations. Tyler Richardson. Well done. And Dr. Jorian Kipax. Thank you, and let's give them all one more round of applause and some cheers. Woo! Yes! Tyler must feel he's back at the Odeon. Your Excellency, if you could announce for us tonight, who is the 2026 Tasmanian Australian of the Year?
The 2026 Australian of the Year for Tasmania is Dr. Jorian Kipax.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And Sam, Jorian, well, what's going through your mind right now?
I hadn't expected this. So, shock, mostly. Deeply honoured to be here. Really inspired by the people who've been nominated and very, very surprised to be standing here. I'm a little bit sad that I can't be joined with people who are involved in the rescue, so the paramedics, police, pilots, crew. It was very much a team effort, so they are kind of a Pasabian spirit.
Where is the seed of your commitment to search and rescue? Why do you turn up for that?
Well, prior to becoming a doctor, my passion was for the outdoors, and through mountaineering and kayaking, I've been privileged to explore many of the wonderful remote parts of the world. And so for me, emergency medicine, and with that wilderness background, working with the rescue helicopter is kind of a dream job for me, to be able to sort of bring all of those skills together in the same place for people who really need it.
As someone who puts themselves in a position, I guess, consistently where you have to make these really incredible decisions, like what goes through your body in a moment like that?
It's a whole lot less scary than standing up here for a start, but I think there's years of training, and it's also the support of your team. It's the decisions are really as impulsive as it might seem. It's all kind of thought out ahead of time, and it's all part of, I guess, a case law of previous cases and experiences.
A lot of people arrive at this position having lobbied for change for a long time. You've been doing your work and doing your service, but with this platform now, what would you want to change? What could we do better?
Look, I think there's such a huge number of people who dedicate vast amounts of their time and energy to search and rescue, and for sort of wilderness operations, and I guess disaster relief. And there's so many of these people who do that work who aren't recognised, and I'd love to see sort of more focus on the marvellous work that's being done in Tasmania, which is being done at a world-class standard, by people who really do sort of dedicate their time to it. And I guess I'm always very disturbed by the disasters that do occur in the Tasmanian wilderness, and I'd love to see more emphasis on educating people on the dangers, the wonderful aspects of the Tasmanian wilderness, and the benefits of getting out there, but also the dangers and the simple measures that can be taken to really prevent loss of life.
Because as we get more involved in our wilderness and love our wilderness more, we are making decisions, it seems, more and more to go in unprepared. Does that worry you?
It certainly does worry me.
You look quite worried.
That certainly is a perception, yes.
How can we change that, do you think?
Look, I think it's a matter of education.
Yeah.
I think there's a trend towards people perhaps having less respect for the wilderness, and for its beauty and for its hazards. The two go hand in hand. So I think there's some fairly simple measures of education that can help people to be better prepared to go into the wilderness and do it safely.
I think it's a really exciting thing to pursue and so important for our community. Congratulations again. Is there anyone you would like to acknowledge? Sorry, I went early. That's my fault. It's not you, it was me. Anyone you'd like to acknowledge or thank today?
I've got a tremendously long list of people I'd like to thank, but I'd like to thank particularly my family for putting up for me being late for dinner by many hours on so many occasions. I'd like to thank and think of Valdas as a patient in this case, as one of the bravest, most determined people I've ever met. And of course my teammates, the paramedics and the police and the pilots and the crew who make these rescues possible. And of course the bigger team that make it possible, the engineers, the leaders, the managers, and all of these wider people who make these rescues possible day on, day out.
Thank you. I think you're truly representative of a massive network of people that let us be a lot freer than we would otherwise be and a lot safer. Thank you, and congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much.
Let's give Jorian a huge round of applause, and congratulations to all of our nominees. Our recipients tonight now become nominees for the National Award, and along with all the other state and territory recipients. Please welcome to the stage to explain this a bit more, John Fornham, AM Chair of the National Australia Day Council. John.
Thank you very much. And while we're in the mood for clapping, what about Rick, who's done an absolutely brilliant job this afternoon? One of the stars of today's proceedings. And I want to say a big thank you to all of the nominees. What a fantastic celebration this has been, a celebration of great Tasmanians, a celebration of great Australians. And I just was reflecting on some of the words of the Premier and some of the words of Her Excellency. Her Excellency spoke about how impressed she's been travelling around Tasmania and meeting the incredible people that make such a difference. And the Premier spoke about how these awards inspire us all. And just connecting those two ideas, it's interesting to think about the reason why we're here and the reason why these awards exist. And there are really two reasons. Perhaps the first and more obvious one is to thank all of the nominees, to acknowledge them. Of course, you're here, as has been mentioned, because you've been nominated, you've been shortlisted, and a panel of your peers has chosen the 4 of you in each category, the 16 of you, so that your stories would be heard today, would be heard by dignitaries and would be heard by the wider community. And we wanted to thank you for your work. But the other point comes to what the Premier mentioned, which of course is inspiration. And I'm sure for all of the nominees this afternoon, you've had someone in your past, whether it's a teacher or a family member or someone in the community who has inspired you to do what you do. You now become the inspiration for other Australians, not even necessarily to go into your area of work, but you're inspiring by the characteristics that underpin your decision to take on the work that you've taken on. The compassion, the courage, the willingness to help others, the determination, the ability to see a problem, identify a solution, and then take the steps to put that solution into action. So in so doing, and by our celebration of you today, you're helping to define the Australian character, because people tune into these awards and they see what you do and who you are, and that helps us to understand what it means to be a great Australian citizen. So to all of our nominees, thank you and congratulations. And to our recipients, Emily, whose social enterprise is changing people's lives by providing them with incredible employment opportunities and the dignity that arises from that. Alicia, whose life after school program again gives people direction and courage and a sense of where they need to go in the future. Julie, life beyond the chicken nugget, for the incredible difference that nutrition makes in people's lives, 14 to 16,000 meals a week. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And of course, Dr. Jurian Kipax, for combining medical skills with just absolute sheer bravery to save people's lives. To all of you, congratulations. To all of our nominees, thank you for all of the work that you continue to do to make our country a better place. Thank you very much.
John, thank you so much. And what an interesting reflection that it's so important that we tell Australian stories to ourselves and reflect on that, and that shapes who we are and how we see and understand ourselves. None of this would happen without the support of federal, state and territory governments, as well as dedicated sponsors, and I would like to invite you to join me in acknowledging them now. We've heard a little bit from our category partners, Departments of Health and Aged Care, Home Affairs and the Australian Government Office for Youth. Let's give them a bit of acknowledgement. Yes. Our broadcast partner, the ABC. And if you don't know, you can hear me from 5:30 till 8 o'clock every morning of the week. Our media partner, Australian Community Media, reaching rural, regional and remote audiences around Australia. Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks to our accommodation partner, Crown Plaza Canberra, and our cultural partner, the Australian National University, who produced those incredible trophies. Thanks to our exhibition partner, the National Museum of Australia, and legal partner, Minter Ellison. Thanks to all of them. Another round of applause as well for our host this evening, Her Excellency the Honourable Barbara Baker, AC Governor of Tasmania, and the Honourable Jeremy Rockcliffe, MP, Premier of Tasmania. And that brings us to the end of tonight's formal proceedings. For our 2026 nominees, please remember someone in your community thinks you're amazing, and now we all do too. They took time to send in a nomination, and being here means that your work is not unnoticed. Please keep going. There are a lot of decision makers in the room today, and they're about to have wine and canapes, so get in their ear. If you're not already, though, I can tell most of you are. To everyone watching and listening at home, please get involved. Nominate someone who inspires you as Australian of the Year. I've done it for various people. It isn't complicated. You just go to australianoftheyear.org, hit the nominate button, and they're open year-round. Don't forget to tune in to the national announcement live on ABC the evening before Australia Day. It's an amazing piece of TV, and like today, truly an uplifting and inspirational event. I'd like to just quickly acknowledge our performers who sang earlier today as well. Weren't they wonderful? It was really just such a beautiful component. And also to Trish Hodge. Distinguished guests, honoured attendees, it's been a total delight and honour as always to share this afternoon with you and to be inspired, nominees, by your stories, and congratulations. Have a very beautiful evening. Now, we will have canapes and drinks for all of us, but not the nominees, who can come onto stage. It's just like a wedding, and have some photos briefly, and then you can join us and the guests out in the foyer and the deck.